Hey all, this is Lee from the Magic Our Way podcast, and you're listening to the BS Podcast Network.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode of the Lukewarm Cinema Podcast. My name is Austin. Today I'm joined with
George
and
Christian.
And we got a little bit of a different episode for you. We always talk about movies and streaming platforms, but you know what we haven't talked about? And I think like it's a true contender for providing media for people, and that's YouTube.
Yes.
But before we get into that, George, I heard you have something you want to talk to us about the world of
Holograms?
Yeah, holograms. Not Star Wars, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, so what I usually do before, like, as we're getting ready to record the podcast, I always like to just save my like information gathering until like the last possible second, similar to like how I would do my schoolwork. And like right before, the homework was due for the next class, I'm in the period beforehand, copying off that other girl's paper. Very similar. I come into the podcast studio, we set up the arms, I sit down, I go onto Twitter, I scroll to the entertainment trending page, and then what do I see? I see Kanye West gifted his wife, Kim Kardashian West, a hologram of her deceased father, saying like a message, is like saying like, "Oh, I miss you, I love you so much. Do you remember our car rides?" And then like a little song played that they used to listen to in the car. We probably watched about like 45 seconds of it. And my God, the world of holograms, like it looked so real. And I can't even imagine the kind of money that this man spent. What do you guys like? Just wild guess how much he spent.
Let's see. That has to be okay because it was good. It was good. And just for reference, people remember like the Tupac hologram, right? And Eric Andre put it that it looked like, GTA 4 graphics, back in 2008. This, you could have just told me it was a video of a person and I would have been like, okay. I mean, except that he's dead, but I don't pay attention to things. It looked really good. Okay. It had to be giga expensive.
He's the least known. The less known.
Lesser known. The least known.
The leaster fisted of known.
This band is a teacher, ladies and gentlemen.
Kardashians. Oh, well, okay. I can tell you guys a hilarious story about something that happened this week.
Oh, please do.
Me being kind of just not the smartest person in the world. So that we were doing this office chair derby race thing at our school. So
I saw this on Snap.
All the teachers, it wasn't all the teachers that participated, but you get your office chair. We went into the quad of our high school and we did like a race type of thing, like around the quad. And there was 3 pit stops. Well, the first pit stop was trivia. The second pit stop was cup stacking. The third pit stop was cornhole. So, I'm me being a young guy. Right. I found a good chair to roll around in. A lot of people like were using like these bulky ass chairs and they just were not moving fast. And I knew right off the jump, I'm like, oh, my chair rolls 10 times faster than any of these people. And I, like I said, I'm young. I can kick ass in
George's athleticism kicks in. His Flintstones vitamin gummies are coming in handy.
Yes.
Giga mode.
Yes. All of that. And the hair pills that Cameron's been giving me too somehow gave me like the extra strength that I needed that
hair
day.
And nails.
So we start off. I'm in a race like with another guy. He's a bigger guy. So I get to the first pit stop the fastest, right? It was a trivia pit stop. And in this trivia pit stop, you just need to answer one question correctly and you can advance. So I'm gonna ask you guys the questions here because I did not get a single one of these questions correct.
3.
And I looked like just such an idiot because nobody else got stumped. Out of all the teachers, nobody
Did
else
your
got
dad do
stumped.
well? Because I know your dad works at the same school.
He did. But I'll let you guys know. So there was one softball question in all these trivia questions, right? And I didn't get this softball question because I don't know why. Maybe the person asking the question just hated me. But the softball question was, who's the president of Russia?
Vladimir Putin.
Yeah.
Bam. Vladimir Putin. Easy. I would have gotten that immediately. Super easy. Okay, next question. These are the ones I started to get stumped on. And this, it's gonna sound so stupid after I say it. What country was Nevada a part of before the United States?
Mexico.
Mexico.
You probably said some dumb shit like Venezuela, huh?
No, I didn't answer that one because like I was just so stumped, like I couldn't hear him. I was like, what country before the United States? I was like, was Nevada wasn't even like a state. Like, you know what I mean? Like Mexico didn't call it Nevada. So I was like, okay, I just was stumped. Moving on to the next one. What country speaks the most Portuguese?
Portugal?
Not Portugal.
Brazil.
I said Portugal.
Okay.
It was Brazil. It was Brazil.
I'm smart. God damn it.
Look at you to fucking crush this. I sucked just
I will have you
major
know,
donkey dick on
I will
this.
have you know, my in-laws like to do Family Feud every like holiday, and they always fight over me for their team because I win. I answer my questions right, and then Fast Money, I'm always like, bam, like I almost get the whole 200 points by myself.
When the Indiana Jones questions pop up.
Oh, Indiana Jones questions. I'm like, God damn you.
Super.
Giga.
Okay. Next one that I got wrong. What are the two languages spoken in Canada?
Canadian, well, English
And
and
French.
French.
Did you say Canada?
I said Canadian. You were about to say Canadian. I said
Canadian.
English.
Yeah. Okay.
English and Canadian.
So at least it's understable, right?
Damn,
I was going to
George.
say.
And you're a teacher, dude.
I know. Okay, there was one more too. Let me see if you
let's
guys
do
got
it.
this one. Meanwhile, right? So like I'm just standing
Oh,
here.
are you getting passed?
Oh, it's just so it's a one-on-one race.
Oh,
so
they're
the
gone.
guy gets the Vladimir Putin question after I mess up on the Nevada, what country was Nevada a part of question. And the next question he gets was the Putin one. So he's gone. And I'm stuck here. I'm struggling to hear because this helmet I have on is like blocking my ears. So it was hard to hear. The next question was, what southern city was the birthplace of jazz?
Louisiana
City.
Oh, so New Orleans.
New Orleans. I think I said Georgia.
He was like,
I would not have
Washington.
got that one. I would have said like Nashville.
Well, I mean,
Dude, tell me why. That's where my brain was too.
Okay.
I was also a jazz musician for a long time, so I
Yeah,
feel like
I
I'm
knew
pretty
you-
biased.
Got both
So-
sides of the spectrum here. Like,
Wow.
the right and the wrong.
I got fucking annihilated in this goddamn office drag race. And I mean, it wasn't even that I wasn't fast.
Where was the grappling competition?
How about just giving us questions that aren't going just to stump everybody? But I guess I'm the only one.
Yeah, I was like, I didn't get stumped on.
I just think
I
it
should
was
become a
it was
teacher.
it was a valid and that's what everyone's always going to say, right? Oh my gosh, can't believe this guy's a teacher. Listen here, little motherfuckers. They want to no, here, all right. Let me tell you what I do that I know for a fact you guys wouldn't be able to do. You guys ever take a kid that has no family, nobody that loves them, and get you to trust them? You do that, right? You'll be a great teacher.
I
But
did that with my
until-
dog.
You do that, you would not be a good teacher.
I will
Just
have you
because you
know.
know trivia, just because you fucking answer a couple of questions on Jeopardy on a Tuesday afternoon.
I will have you know, I have taken care of my Nintendo since day one.
Nintendog?
Yeah, from Nintendogs, the Nintendo DS game.
Okay, but are your dogs on the spectrum?
That's the real question.
Oh my god!
Well,
My
sometimes
Tamagotchi's on the spectrum.
How is he on the spectrum? It's
well-
a fucking computer.
Well, I accidentally, when I was a kid, I washed my hands with it chained to my wrist, kind of on the keychain, and I got water on it. So I consider it to be challenged because it kind of doesn't work now.
Well, everybody, I
So
hope
you
you
could
enjoyed
call
this
me
episode.
a teacher. Okay, but to what you're saying, yes, your position isn't to tell them who the leader of Russia is, okay? Which it doesn't. winning a game doesn't show intellect. It's like the episode of Family Guy where Peter wins a game of Trivial Pursuit because his final question was,
Oh, right.
what color is a fire truck?
But didn't she put in like children's trivial?
Yeah. Lois knows Peter's legitimately learning disabled. If you guys haven't watched the show, that's just like a thing. But he got a softball question because Lois put the kids' version of
That's right.
his
So he
cards
goes to his
in.
fucking head and he's like, I'm the smartest man here.
Yeah, he's like, Lois, this dinner is shallow and pedantic. and Brian goes, so you're just gonna talk down to everybody because you want a game of Trivial Pursuit? And Peter puts his hands together and goes, perhaps. So you know what? If you're talking shit, that's who you are.
Yes.
All right. Well, I guess
That's
I'm that
exactly
guy.
who you are. Yes. No,
Oh,
but
let's
no,
get-
it's true. Okay, I promise you guys, those are the kind of trivia questions that I will never, ever, ever forget the rest of my life. I hope that one day, like, I'm playing like, Millionaire, if they bring back that show. That was a great show. You guys remember that show?
No, I didn't watch a lot of game shows, admittedly.
Ooh, this one was like a question game show, where you had to answer like 15 questions and you got like lifelines and stuff, all that typical good game show type shit. But then at the end, like if you answered all 15 questions correct, you were a millionaire.
Well, maybe we can do some trivia on this episode because I just found some movie trivia questions that I want to ask you. I'm going to ask you guys like ones I
Okay.
think you'll know.
I'd be willing, but I just want to sidebar on what George said. I was trying to think of what game shows I used to watch. And there was one where they're asked questions while they're in a taxi ride.
Oh, yeah. Taxi Cab.
Okay,
Cash
but
Cab.
I couldn't think of what it was in my mind. So tell me why my brain said fake taxi.
Oh my God.
And then I
Oh,
thought,
no.
no, that's not it. That's not it.
Oh, Lord.
A
I'm
cool
about
also
to
a cool
bust.
show, but not it.
Now,
Christian,
if
come on.
Fake Taxi and Cash Cab did like a collab,
If you get a question
Dude.
right, I'll keep my wiener in my pants.
piece of clothing off or something. I
No.
don't know.
If you lose, if you get a question wrong.
Oh, you got that question wrong. You're gonna need to take off your
Open
shirt.
wide.
And we're at a red light challenge.
Can you make me bust in 30 seconds?
Come up here to the front.
Christian, you're onto something here. George is onto something.
Somebody fund my ideas.
Buy
Okay.
a shirt and we'll fund Christian's ideas.
I think there's plenty of companies out here that are looking for idea thinkers like you. Well, yeah,
So,
yeah.
obviously everybody knows. So voting season is now. Vanessa and I did we were voting today. We did our mail-in ballots. So we were looking up the candidates and looking, okay, what do these people go after? Like, so we're looking at the Nevada, because we're in Nevada, the Nevada State Supreme Court, which is 90% of what we were voting on. I looked up specifically these two guys, and one of them, like, the story isn't about him, it's about a case he prosecuted. Apparently here there's a company called Reflexology, and apparently they were in with the cab companies, and they would pay them to, like, if people were asking for a brothel, they would take these people to these reflexology places, and they would be promised sex for payment. But the payments, like, so it'd be like, oh yeah, the beginning massage is $35. They pay for it, and they would just get a massage on, like, their hands. Then it would be like, oh, you got to upgrade, baby, if you want more. And then they would pay another $50. They get massage on, like, their ears. Then they'd pay like another $25 and they get a massage on their feet. All with the promise of sex. And then, like, if like the ladies had like a little like panic button, like if the guy knew that he was getting scammed, and like these bouncers just come and toss him out.
So what was the ruling in this?
Oh, I believe they were guilty as fuck. But that was one of the cases, because
That's nuts.
there's literally like an IMDb page for politics. Like, you can see, and like they fill out like about me, and it's like, I'm a Southern Christian woman. I'm like, not voting for you. But and George is in trouble. Cameron's calling.
No, she's on her break. Gotta tell her. Hey, babe. So sorry I missed your call. Just want to let you know that I'm recording a podcast to fund our future.
It just says, I'm leaving, George. Anyways,
That's
so-
dirty, though. I mean,
yeah, it's
impeccable model until you're caught. But that's genius.
it's genius. But yeah, so like,
Tied with the cab companies too.
yeah,
Phenomenal.
but I think what we need to get back to is, how much did Kanye pay for the hologram? That's where we started.
Oh,
I'm gonna say like $800,000.
I say like 3 billion.
He just spent his net worth.
Because you think like with these types of things, you think they shouldn't cost that much, then somehow they do. That's what I always
Kanye does have money.
get to.
Yeah, I don't think he's got. I think this is easily like 2 million, maybe 3 million. I think it's definitely $1 million project for sure. But think about this, for a fucking birthday gift, I'm gonna give Cameron just like okay. I think cards are overrated. Do you guys agree? Birthday cards?
Kinda, yeah, because you just throw them away.
Yes. Waste of paper.
Vanessa still has all the ones I bought her.
Okay, I would save mine. Then it becomes an inconvenience to just have a stack of damn cards.
So here's the thing for me.
Yes.
I'm a sap. Vanessa gets me every single time. She has Rowan put stickers on a card, and he picks out all the stickers, and then he does his little signature, which is just him just scribbling all over the fucking paper. For Father's Day, I got that. I swear to God, I cried. And then I got one for my birthday. Those are the best cards I've ever gotten in my life. I think once you guys have kids, you probably understand a little more. But
okay, yeah. I see.
But
There's an angle that applies to you, but not us.
be real though, I always be like, "Oh, this card's great."
Yeah, you got to do the fucking scan for money, left to right. See if there's any magic fold. See if
Well, for me, I open it and I go, "Oh, cool money," and I act like I'm not excited, so I can read the card, and I legit read it. My grandparents are like, it means a lot to them when I read it, so I read it because, like, let's be real, they're not gonna have a lot of time left. But I sound so fucking.
Why
morbid.
are they going somewhere? I don't understand.
Yeah, Christian. They're going to a sandy beach
farm. They're going
to the farm.
Hello.
What happened to my dog?
I
Where's
am in
Grandma?
heaven now.
Oh, I'm so sorry I died. I am heaven now. I'm really happy here, so I'm not coming back. Thank you for loving me. Man, he doesn't talk like that. If you guys haven't seen that, it's Comedy Central. It's the greatest thing ever. Anyways, I do agree though. Like for Mother's Day, I got Vanessa like a box of like cute like Colombian roses and wine, and she was like, "Holy."
Oh, yeah, no. So I'm not saying that gifts are the best part, and a good card. The thing is, right? My entire life, I wrote in cards like a meaningful paragraph, how much that person meant to me and stuff. And then I get together with my girlfriend Cameron, and in their cards, they just buy the cards that like the message inside the card is their message, and then they'll just sign it like love so and so. And like those are the cards where I'm like, okay, you just wrote your name down on the thing. I mean, I love
it's
you.
like I have a gift obligation.
But then you get like
I'll
my
sign it.
grandmother who like on the other side, the blank side, she writes a novel. And she goes through like the history of like how my dad almost died when he was a baby and how we ended up
In 1918, the nation of Yugoslavia began to dissolve. Now,
And
geopolitically.
in high school, I was talking about joining the military, and she's like really weird. So she would put like, "Please don't join the military. Here's $50."
Nice, yeah.
But she would put like one year on my Christmas gift, she wrote, "Don't join the military. You will die."
I know we're in the lower end of things, grandson.
That is fucking.
And they're gonna try to reel you in with that, a new Dodge Challenger. Here's $50, make it into something. Don't go to war.
Don't go to war.
In your next birthday card to your grandma, you should put, gonna need at least 100, Granny.
Sometimes, well, this was in high school.
Extortion.
This was in high school. And now I'm tempted to be like, "Yo, so I just got back from the recruiter's office."
No, what if you took a prank photo, like a war photo with you in fatigues, and it looks like just go to any sand lot in Las Vegas.
I'd just be like, "Hi, sorry you haven't heard from me in 2 months. I've been out in Afghanistan."
You what?
Yeah, no, they did the draft, Grandma. You didn't hear.
But I'll buy a burner phone though, and call her on the burner phone so she can't so it's not my. But yeah, we have one phone out here. It can't accept calls. We can only send calls. It's really great out here. I've only had like 3 Pop-Tarts in the last 2 weeks, but my headshot count is at 50.
They said if you send stuff to our home address, then my parents can send it to me. So I mean, whatever you want.
Money is worth a lot here. If you send like $400, I'll be a millionaire, and we'll win this war.
Well,
Your buddy's in the background, and he turns up Call of Duty really loud.
Oh, sorry, I gotta go. It's like
sorry, Grandma. The you know,
It's like
the Taliban's here.
It's like Prince Harry in that video where he's in the interview and he just starts taking off. He's on like a military base. He just starts running. I'm like, I gotta go. Drop the phone, and then she's just hear, "You died."
Oh yeah, I want to go back to Kanye for a second.
Yeah.
here.
Okay. Do you know the price?
No, I don't know the price.
I was hoping you were gonna like drop the price on us.
No, I don't think they would really, because it just happened. You know what I mean? So I'm sure within the next couple of days we'll get the price. On the next podcast, we'll let you guys know how much it was.
If we find out, keep an ear out. We'll drop it in your ear hole. You know, that's a crazy gift to give somebody for their birthday. Okay, but it's his woman. He loves his woman, Kim Kardashian. It's always funny to me, and I don't hate Kanye like other people do, which, you know, that's for your own, you know, opinion, whatever. Kim Kardashian, I view as this like shallow, toxic woman, unfortunately, because of her reality TV stuff and
Kim K.
Yeah.
Well, also like,
You're going to bring up the prison reform stuff?
yeah, because she wanted
I
to
don't
turn that
even
into
know
a
about
TV
that.
show. So she was doing like a lot of like prison reform stuff, and then she was like, I want to become a lawyer, but just so she could turn it into like a TV show. And it was
But
like,
that's their shtick.
I
bro.
get it. Like, you got to make money, but like, I feel like that's very cheap, and it's like, come on,
People love them.
Vanessa.
I think part of the thing, and I mean, I spoke to this one chick. It was yesterday at the dog park, and we had just discussed about like she went to LVA, and she was like,
Yikes.
people were like arrogant and stuck up and really standoffish and stuff. And you know, it got me really thinking as to like why people dislike other people. I think, and I'm guilty of it too. It's just like jealousy.
You're damn straight it is. I
Just
wish I was
like-
rich as freaking Kim K.
Oh my God, that's all it is. And I mean, I talk shit about these people all day. And then at the end of the day, I step back and I'm like, wow, I am just jealous as fuck right now. Like super hard jealous.
But now what I've started to do is I start to check myself.
Yeah,
I'd
you
be
got to.
I'd be like,
got
you know,
to.
I have a roof over my head. I have stuff that I can enjoy. My son is healthy. I didn't get beat mercilessly by Vanessa today.
Just a plus.
A plus.
Based on the things I've been hearing,
also-
it's a plus.
Also, there's pizza bagels in the freezer.
Yeah, it's, you know, it's the small things. Potatoes are small and they're good. I think that's the point we're making.
This
Well,
episode is
isn't
so
it
sporadic.
nuts that we started talking about a hologram and we've gone full circle.
Oh yeah,
damn near
I feel like
on-
we should get to the main part of this episode just so we can get to this trivia, because I changed it from movie trivia to kids trivia because I realized I gotta kind of lower it here.
Oh my
Gobble-dee-boo-wop-doo.
God.
Some of
So
the, some of
George,
the,
what color is the sky?
It's Sky Color. Next.
All right. Today's episode is brought to you by Raid Shadow. No. So we've talked about, and Christian did a great presentation, one may say. He brought in a PowerPoint. His lawyer came in and briefed us and said we had a non-disclosure agreement until the episode aired. We couldn't talk about it, about his journey through media, you know, how we went from, you know, VHS all the way to DVD to now streaming. But I think a major part of how we get media, especially like me, I don't really watch television ever. I watch YouTube. I do remember like 10 years ago, though, watching the full Tenacious D film on YouTube.
Tenacious D. Go into Tenacious D. I'm not remembering.
It's
Tenacious
Jack Black and Kyle Gass, which Kyle Gass I got to open for twice with my band. Super cool dude.
D. Mm.
You know, I remember he wanted
So
to.
what were they doing in those
They
Tenacious D
they
vids?
started a rock band and like battled the devil and everything. It was supposed to be like super cool, like fantasy rock movie, but like
Gotta check that out.
it's, dude, it's so, we got to watch that next. It's a really good movie. But anyways, I remember a lot of movies being on YouTube for free. Granted, there's a lot of other great content, and that's what we did tonight. Normally we watch a movie, but I was like, you know what? We're waiting for George to do his Mandalorian homework, so we can start on that because that just dropped at today of the day of recording this. But we're gonna wait till George catches up because I feel like we're gonna jump into season 2 because you've seen it all, right, Christian?
All that's in
first
season 1.
Yeah,
2 just came out. I'll
Yeah, I
watch
haven't
it when I
seen it.
do.
I was hoping we could watch it together to get first reactions, but I feel like if we jumped into season 2, episode 1, George would be like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, I'd be like, I can make an
Why is this
educated
little
guess as
frog
to why
dude
things
walking?
are going on. No, I'm excited. I go on a road trip to Colorado tomorrow.
Yeah, at 3 in the goddamn morning.
Yeah, so and T-minus 5 hours. We'll be on the road 6 hours. Whatever.
But I hooked George up with the Disney Plus account. He's gonna watch. The whole,
They're already all downloaded,
Oh,
so it's
there you go.
perfect.
But
look at me, teacher. I'd be real good. I watch all season 1.
we're gonna have to start a tally to see how many of these you get wrong.
We
Anyways,
should.
tonight though, we watched YouTube and we watched we watched some funny stuff. So like, person I really like is Paymoneywubby. He's a great like kind of like reaction YouTuber, but he's really like, I don't know. When I say like edgy, I feel like edgy isn't quite the word because he's not like Sam Hyde or General Sam.
He's like off color.
Yeah.
Yeah. He'll talk about just some ill shit from what I understand.
But like from like a reasonable like, dog, why are you doing this? Why?
Great humor.
Give
I
us
loved him.
an
Yeah,
example.
This was George's first time watching him. So, but
Yeah.
please, Christian, go ahead with the example.
For one, he's a streamer. So, in this one, he interacts with people on his stream. He did one where he does confessions. He dresses up like a pope, and he has people call him and give him a confession of something they did. So, for example, one guy calls. He says, Father Wubby, forgive me for I have sinned. And he says, for example, what was one of the funnier ones?
The one where his brother pissed him off. So to get revenge, he wiped his ass after he'd shit on his brother's towel
Okay.
for 5 years.
Okay. So he says, forgive me, Father, for I have sinned. My brother used to make me mad. So, and he said he was his autistic brother, right? My autistic brother would do something to me, so I would wipe my filthy ass on his towel. And he said, and he ended up saying, yeah, I've been doing it for 5 years. I only just stopped a few months ago. This guy's like, 21?
21. And Wubby was like, that's no longer revenge. It's a habit. This is something I do now.
You're going to hell. He was the first person to go to hell on the stream.
Because what the like thing was is like, you tell him your sin, he was either going to give you some Hail Marys or he's going to send you straight to hell.
So you brought up that one, and then it immediately made me think of the one where the kid said that there was the white jacket that
God,
a chick left behind.
God,
This was the funniest one. This chick left behind a white jacket in the classroom, and they thought that somebody would claim
in the band practice room. And if you guys know practice rooms for band, that's no man's land. Like it's almost impossible to see into them. It's super tight. Like I want to say it's like a 4x4 room. Maybe like a 5x3 room. It's super tiny. Like there's enough room for like a piano and like 3 people.
So they had a coat there, and then these kids that were 8th graders said that, well, this chick, or they assumed it was a girl. They said nobody's picked up this jacket in a couple of days. So what they did is they started to pee on the jacket daily.
For like 3 months.
They just kept peeing on it. And then they had at a certain point in time just tossed it in a base case, and then they completely forgot about it until like the last day of school, and they went back to open it up. They said the smell,
it haunts me to this day.
The smell was the worst thing they've ever smelled in their entire life. And I can only imagine because it's just sitting there and fermenting in that base case
for like months.
I feel like you'd be able to smell it though from outside the case. Like somebody must have been like, man, this fucking room smells like shit. It smells like somebody's been peeing in here.
Like, hey, is the sewer like backed up over here? It smells like piss.
I think it's local cats again. The local cats are getting in and just peeing.
But that was Paymoneywubby. George showed us the Nelk Boys.
Yeah. So, I mean, as Austin and Chris, I feel like you guys watch YouTube a lot more than I do.
Yeah.
Like I said, like I go on YouTube to watch like sports stuff mainly.
How to open a dishwasher.
How to
brush your teeth.
No. How to light a candle. Because I
learned to tie a tie on YouTube.
If you light a candle, you have to take the candle and hold it above the light. So very important.
What?
You don't want to put the lighter inside the candle because then the flame comes back up, burns your finger.
I have the long one.
Oh, so you got long lighter. See, I have a short lighter.
If you got a little bic, then you can get fucked up.
It's still a little bic. It just has a funnel now.
Gotcha.
You break that thing open. It's just a regular lighter.
Just get a straw, your Del Taco straw, and put it on. Same thing, right?
Exact same thing. But anyways, so I got into the Nelk Boys probably 3 years ago when my brother was like a freshman in high school, and he said, you got to check these guys out. They do hilarious pranks. And their whole shtick is they go around the country. They go and they pretty much just party, go get fucked up with people at different colleges and stuff. So like they're a pretty well-known group in like the college scene. And while they, do all the partying stuff at night, during the day, they go out and they prank people like live action, organic content style. And I will say that over the past, I would say year, they've gone really cinematic. And they've gone away from their pranks, and it's more like vlog-esque of like, we're fucking
almost
cool.
like a travel vlog
In a way, in a sense.
Like we're in North Carolina.
Their merch line is gone nuts. Like somebody did the math on like how much money they're making per merch drop, and they're making like close to $10 million. And it's like,
they got invited out to the UFC fight last weekend in Abu Dhabi. Like, not anybody just gets, especially with quarantine going on.
did you not see what they did with Trump?
No, what did they do?
Trump invited him onto the stage in the rally literally like 4 days ago, and they did the YMCA with Trump on stage, and they got to fly in Air Force One.
Oh, I saw the Trump dancing meme. So they were kind of part of that.
It was part of it. Yes.
Wow. Okay.
So these guys, they've fucking came from nothing, right? There's these it was 3 guys who came from Canada, just come down doing pranks. The one prank video we watched was them at a golf course.
Disney.
And this was one when I rewatched it, I was like, it's not the best video they ever done, but they did get an insane reaction at the end with a guy who was like fucking just heated, like uber Mr. Golf Man, like I'm the best golfer here. I'm going to play you for money since you want to like tell me like they were at the driving range, and one of the Nelk boys was like, hey, it says mats only. And, he was just doing that to joke around.
So what is mats? I mean, I've
so
gone
like
golfing.
mats only. Sometimes there's like turf mats that the golf courses want you to hit off of.
Just to save the green.
To save the grass. Like, because if the driving range is used a lot. So like if they use the grass, that grass would be torn to shit. So that's why
the place we go to, that grass, like right where you do driver hits, that shit is gone.
Yeah. So he says that, and then this guy's like, oh, you're gonna tell me, buddy? I come here, I golf every single day, buddy. You want to golf against me? You want to go? And then he's like, oh yeah, I'll golf against you.
Yeah, he's like, how much money do you have on you right now? He's like, $200.
And he's like, all right, we'll play for 200. Then they go up to the first tee box, and as the guy's getting ready to take his first swing, Kyle says, don't think of big black dick in your backswing. He says, what?
No man has ever made that statement to me before.
No, just don't think of big black dick in your backswing.
He gets in the dude's face. He's like, no man has ever said that statement to me before. What the hell's wrong with you?
It's like, you're a little racist, queer, fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So Kyle, the joke is he's saying silly things to people that are playing golf.
And serious golfers.
Yeah, serious golfers.
More serious than George.
He's saying silly little things that aren't really much of anything like offensive, but he said the silly thing to the wrong guy because he's fucking pissed. And they're golfing. And then this guy gets in his face over the black dick comment, and then he says, well, you don't say black dick, so you're a racist now.
And then, well, don't think a white dick or Asian dick then.
Yeah. So Kyle's like, it could be a white or Asian dick, I don't care. And then of course the guy starts saying, you're queer, like homophobic stuff. So it's like, oh, I'm racist, but you're homophobic. It was quite good.
Lost. Kyle lost.
Yes.
But then they were like, had a heart to heart in the golf cart.
They did.
And it was so fucking funny because he was like, man, I came here and played it was like the 80s. I played here in the 80s for the US Open.
There's a qualifier for the US Open.
And I got kicked out and banned from playing golf because I got into a fist fight with my caddy.
And it makes sense because this dude is fucking nuts.
He's just off the rails.
But so I think what I'm taking away from us doing this episode and realizing just what the power of YouTube, man, is like we watched YouTube for 2 hours, and each video that we played was drastically different. It didn't follow a specific plot line. We learned a little bit about history, which I know Chris will get into his. Paymoneywubby is just like that reactionary stuff, which is I see takes over a lot of YouTube now with like people wanting to do those reaction videos.
But like a lot of people just like legitimately just react and they go, wow, this is a guy doing that. No, Wubby like is like, what the fuck is wrong with you? People are terrible.
Yes. And that's what I'm saying. Like we watched, I think in each facet of YouTube video that we watched some of the best content creators in that area.
Yeah.
The Nelk Boys are extremely good at these organic-esque pranks. And I know you guys only watch one video, but I highly recommend, just go and just see some of the other bullshit that they've done. Cause they've been pranking for fucking 3 years now consistently. And they have a lot of content that's really good. But Chris, go ahead and explain to us like who salmonella is.
And not the
Because
disease.
That is something that
So I
I'm gonna
ate my
binge.
turtle and I got salmonella. Rip, Senor Tortuga.
Salmonella soup.
Okay, so there's this guy, he's named Sam O'Nella, and he likes to talk about crazy like stories that have happened in history, sometimes like mythical, sometimes in US history, sometimes in world history, and he just explains them like in his own terms, okay? And he also does like a little weird little animation where like everything looks kind of shitty on purpose, so it looks really funny. He explained the banana republics. Basically, in South America, one country, Honduras, they had a big agricultural scene, specifically with bananas and some other fruits. And when refrigeration came along, they became they basically their whole country ended up being powered by the agriculture because they were able to sell stuff to the world now because of refrigeration. And just his narration style is really funny. He says, things like, so they were sitting on a big pile of money, and he was talking about rival agriculture businesses because there was multiple in Honduras, and they were like warring over what was happening. And he's like, so this guy's on a giant pile of money. That's the animation, and he says, so he wanted to get back the agriculture land from the other business, but I need a way to influence things. What thing could I have that can do it? And he's sitting on like a McScrooge pile of money, and he's like, oh yeah. And then it cuts to him. Turns out this other guy hires like a small army to overthrow the other banana company.
No, they overthrow the Honduras government.
Oh yes, excuse me. The other banana company is with the Honduras government because the Honduras leader was giving them like
Territory, right?
was like subsidizing like land for them or something like that.
Yeah.
And he just explains it in a really funny way. Like he makes every little facet of the story kind of a funny skit. Like there's one part where he's explaining how there became a bunch of these countries, not just Honduras, but a bunch of other South American countries followed the same model. And what happened was a new Honduras leader came in and he started giving worker rights, which was bad for the companies because they were like, oh, here's your dirt wages. And so what the head of the company did was he went to America and told the leader at the time, hey, they're imposing a minimum wage. You know what that sounds like, right? And they're like, oh no, commies. And then the president goes, Wee! And he flies off screen at a comical pace, and you hear like 80 gunshots. And then it shows him having killed the leader.
He's like, holy shit, you actually did it.
So it's like, it's very informational, but it's also like hilarious at the same time. And I learned something.
It's one of those videos, and I can't wait to watch more of them. But like when we're trying to recall it right now, there's so many things that happened in a short 6-minute, 30-second video that you have to watch it like 2-3 times to truly remember those like comical historical hit points, because it happened, I would say 10 times in that video where I was just like, this is genuinely hilarious. Like, way to explain this in a way that can actually resonate with me and make this simple instead of using big boy terms.
Yes, they gave us
which
this
is why
dummy
I did
version.
children's trivia for you
Yes.
coming up.
No, I appreciate it. I don't know. Maybe it's just all the
Some of these are like, I didn't even know this shit.
vitamins I take. I don't know.
Those are CBD gummies.
Some 3-chi.
Anyways, I think we can all agree though that like there's a lot of really great content on YouTube, and you can even rent movies I think we've done that a
We've
couple
done
of
that plenty
And
of times.
buy.
Yeah.
and buy.
on YouTube. Yeah.
Well, they even have YouTube TV now, which I think is a little overpriced for what you get. But that's
What is it? What's the
Yeah.
deal?
It's YouTube TV, so they have like legit like cable stations, but it's through YouTube. I think it's like $50 a month, which isn't terrible. But like Sling is like half the price, and you get I think more channels.
Yeah, I've contemplated. We use Hulu TV here, and I've contemplated going to Sling and stuff. Hulu TV gets the job done for me though. Got all my sports.
Yeah, that's
Hulu has live
Sling
sports.
has like package deal, so you can do like $25 for like regular, and then for like
Yes.
$5 you get everything sports.
Yes. No, I get you. But see, like I was even looking like I don't like the way that Sling does it in that sense, because then you're just like adding on these whole bunch of extra add-ons
Yeah.
for only 1 or 2 channels.
See, with us though, I felt like we got all of our channels that we wanted for the 25. Like I got like History Channel, I got BBC America, I got Comedy Central. I got them all for like $25.
You make it work. Whatever you have. Like, I mean, I know I don't get every channel on Hulu TV,
Pirates.
but I get enough content that I'm satisfied
See,
throughout the day.
but now my
Like,
content is literally just YouTube and Twitch. That's it. I watch who I want to watch on Twitch. I watch who I want. 90% of the time it's Paymoneywubby. Actually, it's a lot of my friends. I like watching my friends because I can fuck with them.
Mhm.
Like my friend, everybody go check him out on Twitch. His name is GetFaded365. He streams like almost every day. He does the fight companions. So he talks about the fights. He's a huge MMA guy, but he likes to play scary. He's playing scary games right now, but he has an alert for like 500 bits, which is $5. If you donate $5, it'll play like a screaming noise. So my friend Ash in the Discord that I'm in, it's this group Discord, she'll watch it and then do it like 3 times throughout the night and just scare the fuck out of him. And it's so funny. But like, how are you going to get that on TV?
true. You won't ever get that kind of content. I think that's what makes YouTube like superior. I've always thought this. Do you guys ever think there'll be another video platform that will like surpass YouTube in popularity
TikTok.
and use? Are you being real, or are you trying to like?
I'm legit being real. Like TikTok is already huge number. I don't think so though, because YouTube has been around so long and there's just so much content that like you'll never run out. Markiplier said it best. I think he said there was like an astronomical amount of content. I want to say he said like 513,000 hours every like 3 days.
Okay, that's a good thing to think about. Is would something else overtake it? I wouldn't say overtake, but a big conversation that me and my buddies always have is we compare YouTube how it used to be versus how it is recently, and we say it's gotten worse. You know, for one, you know, the recommended video system, they changed how it works. When I was younger, we used to do a thing called going down like a rabbit hole.
Christian and I
Or
did that today.
ending up on the wrong side of YouTube, where you watch a video, then on the side there's videos that are just vaguely related to that video. Then you click on another interesting video, then another one and another one, and you see all kinds of cool videos until you find a rabbit hole of cool ass content. Okay, YouTube, they don't do that anymore. Sometimes you get 1 or 2 that are related, but it's mostly what's promoted by statistics.
Yep.
Or what's recommended to you based on everything you've watched.
Yeah. So here's the new stats. The platform's users upload more than 500 hours of fresh video per minute. YouTube revealed at recent press events that works up to 30,000 hours per hour and 720,000 hours per day. My numbers were off, but holy shit. I don't think I'll ever watch that much YouTube in my lifetime.
No, you won't.
No.
You won't. And that's no, but it's all. I agree with you, Chris. That it's just fucked up now, because that was what got us so bought into YouTube. Literally, man, you used to just go on there Saturday night sleepover with the guys, and you can watch one. You can watch one. I remember doing this one night. Like seeing like a fight video, like looking up like bare
World Star.
Like bare knuckle
If
fist
you want to
fighting.
see some good shit, look up Street Beefs.
If I'm not mistaken, it's probably similar to what we were watching.
Street Beefs is great because it's just like it started off as like this guy who was like, I got beef with you. Let's settle it with fucking gloves. And then they would settle it. So now he would do it for other people. Now 90% of the time, most people would be like, fuck you, bitch. I still fucking hate you. There was this one, this was like these two girls that were like, and the fighting didn't even resolve it. Like the guy was like, all right, obviously, oh, sorry, everybody. He said, obviously you guys fighting isn't going to fix this. So you should go your own way. You should go your own way. But they were fighting hella dirty. Like she kept kicking her. And then like the one girl stops and goes, she kicked me in the pussy. But they like, now they have like championships. And it's all in like some dude's backyard with like plywood fencing.
I think, yeah. Now I know like the more updated version of it. I know back then it was kind of just out in random locations.
Well, there was always usually the same location, but it was like in somebody's backyard, and that was it. It was just like, all right, you have people standing. All right, that's the ring. Go fight.
Fight in the middle of them. No, I think what YouTube is trying to do now, YouTube saw streaming platforms like Netflix and Hulu get big. So they said, okay, let's do YouTube TV. Let's do our own platform in that sense. Then they saw what's happening with Twitch, and they were like, oh, we also need to add live streaming.
Then they saw like PlayStation has their own TV system, Hulu, all that, and they were like,
the whole music thing. If you want to listen to YouTube music, like it, they took that from Apple Music. So it's like YouTube's just this goddamn hodgepodge now of everything all in one place. And I don't think they'll ever be replaced.
No.
I don't.
Okay. I want to comment on that, but I have to have a sidebar because you brought up YouTube Music. YouTube Music is to replace Google Play Music, which is the standard on Samsung, an Android phone. I have a damn Android phone. YouTube Music, they made you transfer all your music, which is like whatever. Okay. They suck. YouTube Music sucks.
The hell sucks.
Okay. Recently, me and my buddy Brett, we were excited for a new album. It was called Razzmatazz. It's by a band called I Don't Know How, But They Found Me. It's cool, like 80s synth pop rock.
That's really their name?
Yeah.
I don't know how, but they found me.
For short, you say IDK or IDK how. Okay. Anyways, on the release date, album's not on Apple Music. Google Play had all the damn licenses for every music. You could go stream, download, or buy any fucking song you want. YouTube Music sucks. That's my sidebar.
Hella sucks.
Okay. Going back to how just regular YouTube is doing some poopy stuff. Now they're playing for that damn ad money. Okay. So all the videos have to be advertisement friendly.
Oh, I got some shit on that when you're done.
Okay. So, okay. I'm going to just say Austin, George and I, we like off-color fucked up shit. Okay. That's some of the best content on the damn internet.
It's funny.
Now, if you're a little too edgy, or if you're talking about a negative topic, even if it's something like, oh, if you're depressed, I'll give you advice. And like if something like suicide comes up in the video, boom, you're not advertiser friendly, demonetized, you're encouraged not to make content, your shit's not going to go up, be filed up in the numbers.
Well, and the fucked up thing is you'll still have ads on your video. They just won't go to you.
Yeah, that's a crazy one.
To add on to that though, like so I'm a gun owner. Obviously, I've said this before. I like watching gun videos on YouTube. I like being like, oh, cool. What's this super cool gun that like I'm never going to be able to afford? There's this guy named Honest Outlaw Reviews. He's a really great YouTuber and he's very like informational. He's like, hey, here's top 5 like handguns for new gun owners. And he breaks it down. He's like, hey, here's a good, like, if you're going to carry, here's a good gun. If you just want something for the range. He's been like, he released a video like a few weeks ago. You guys probably already know, but I've been demonetized in the earlier in the year and I've been deleted and I had to get reinstated on YouTube just because he talks about guns.
That's
so now he has
crazy.
so the way he makes money is from Patreon. He has to have his supporters go on Patreon and subscribe with him there. So it's kind of fucked, but like at the same time though, I used to be heavy into the Twitch game, streaming and all that, and I realized, and people say this all the time, you should have both if you want to be big. Because what you do is you use YouTube, because YouTube's algorithm is way better than Twitch's. You can use YouTube's algorithm to help people find you to go to your stream. Like Paymoneywubby, his streams are like 5,000, 6,000 deep at the least. So like, homeboy making money from it, but his YouTube, like he has millions of views on his YouTube.
Yeah.
that gets back into your question, which was, will YouTube be overtaken? It's not going to be overtaken. YouTube is a great service and we all still use it. It's like Google. I'm not going to use fucking Bing. Okay, eat shit.
I mean, have you used GoDuck?
I use DuckDuckGo
I use DuckDuckGo.
because they don't censor any of your search results.
And
Google does.
Also, it's really easy to use a
I've
VPN
never
with them.
heard of this.
DuckDuckGo, it's like a native browser for Firefox.
Let's say Google
Search engine, excuse me.
Let's say Google, like, you search something, it throws it out of the internet, but it picks certain things out that they, whether things that it shouldn't think you're going to want, or sometimes like almost in a censorship way, like, I don't know, Holocaust denial, who knows, right? Whatever you might be looking for. DuckDuckGo says, no, we're just going to throw a net over the whole fucking internet when you search something and it'll all come. I mean, obviously not like illegal stuff, because that stuff doesn't get indexed anyways, really. Like, you're not going to find cheese pizza out here, okay?
But Google is also super bad for privacy protection. DuckDuckGo is really good. There's a guy that I follow on YouTube, and he is like, you fuckers better start paying attention to this like data privacy thing, because it's already out of control. He's like,
is it Mutahar? Some Ordinary Gamers?
No, not him. That dude.
He's good for that stuff.
That dude weirds me out. I don't know why.
Dude, he's so cool.
I think it's how wide open his eyes are.
He has some funny ass content. I've
seen some of his. No, this dude is like a Canadian French dude. Like, he lives in like the French part of Canada, and he like does like seminars. He's like, hey, this shit is really serious, and so he answers questions. Like, he has a video series on like, dang, Christian.
Don't ask why I have an alarm at 11 p.m.
Hurry, just grab it, turn it off. Please excuse us, everybody. So he has like a whole.
We're back.
This dude has a whole YouTube series on like how to set up your MacBook for privacy. And like he's like, well, I don't have a Mac anymore, and also I can't really do it on my laptop because of my work. I use Google Chrome for the apps that I log into, but they already have all the information on me that they want. Like,
yeah, that's the thing that when I learned about data privacy, I'm like, well, like, isn't it kind of already too late at this point?
And the funny part
in a way,
like,
yes.
And the funny part is like, so he has a whole thing about a MacBook setting it up for privacy, and he's like, you can only do so much, but you can do a lot. So he's like, don't ever use Google Chrome or Google. He's like, you can set up Firefox to stay encrypted and to not save your searches, and also you can use DuckDuckGo instead, and it's a much better, safer platform. But then somebody was like, how would you go about making your iPhone smart? And he goes like this. He just chucks it into a lake. He goes, you'll never be able to make a smartphone safe for privacy ever.
Yeah, because whenever you use a service, you're agreeing to the terms of service. It's all collecting data.
Well, and even
the stuff you think you haven't gone to a new service that does something you're already doing is already getting data.
And the
from
iPhone doesn't listen to you when you say, okay, turn it off. It's still on. The GPS is always on. Even if you turn it off, it's still on. But anyways, yeah, shit's real scary. If you really look into that shit, it's like, that's why I don't watch it anymore, because it's like, I just want to be happy.
Well, yeah, that's the thing too. I've seen I think just one other documentary about this, and it gets to the point with me where I'm like, well, shit, I rely on these things every single day. If I have to be on my P's and Q's for every little single terms in service that I agree to, like, it's just going to be too overwhelming. And I've always thought, and I'm going to do it when I go on my trip. And I told this to my parents, and they were a little upset, but I was like, I'm turning off my phone for this weekend. Like, I don't want to have my phone. I don't want to, like, not in the sense of the privacy thing, but I just don't want to have that need or want to
being
go
like
on my phone.
Mentally on your toes of every little update and
like
every little message.
I keep seeing my notifications pop up here
and
on my right.
You keep looking over, but it's like a subconscious thing.
Yes.
When I went to Disneyland at the beginning of the year with my family, I literally just used my cell phone to use the Disney app to book stuff, and then just as a camera. I tried not to answer phone calls unless it was like from our travel agent, or like, my parents, if they call me, it's usually pretty important. They'll text me and be like, hope you're having fun. Please send us and I would do that. I would send pictures, but I wasn't like surfing Facebook or Google and being like, well, I guess Trump sent this. No, I was like, I want to be in the moment with my family. Thank God I did, because like 4 fucking weeks later we were all in quarantine.
Yeah, I know. That's the thing. If I ever like my dream is to move to like an island, and I mean there's
Like-
this one
like Epstein?
Thailand. There's this one Thailand island that we went to, and I was like, if I can just live here the rest of my life and I never had to talk to anybody else, like my life would be perfectly fine. Like I found so much joy and happiness and just not having any technology, just the sights, the feel of the place. I was like, man, like we're really bogged down so much at times from just being on our fucking phones all the time. And I mean, Las Vegas is a beautiful place, but you get so complacent with where you live that it makes you go on your phone a lot, I feel.
Yeah. Also, like, so I'm not maybe as minimalistic as you with that thought process. Like, I've began to start trying to live a more simpler life. You know, being like, I don't need a brand new car. Like, I have a newish car and I have an old car. But I'm like, you know what? Maybe if I just, the way I say it is, I would much rather spend $1,500 a year on my truck and maintenance than $2,400 a year just in minimum payments. So like, and now I'm like, you know, like I was saying this before we started the show. I was like, you know, sometimes I like I'm a huge EVE Online game player. Like I have a corp and everything. It's almost become like a day job. But like I didn't play any of it this week because I was just like, I really just don't want to play it. But now I'm starting to be like, you know what? If I have the one game or a couple games that I can play and I can just live comfortably, you know, eventually like occasionally go on vacation and stuff, like I think I'd be pretty content. You know, living a simpler life. Damn, we got really deep in this episode. We got to get to some trivia, man.
Well, okay. To put a lid on your question, I was gonna just say that nothing's gonna overtake YouTube, but for certain things, there's gonna be alternatives like Patreon. Okay, so YouTube casts out certain content like fuck you, advertisements don't like you. Patreon, BitChute, SodaStream, and there's probably some others like I don't even know about.
Well, OnlyFans is kind of bad now too.
But yeah, you know, that's how I look at it going. Bing bong.
Well, before we get on to trivia, I just feel like YouTube is a great platform. You can learn a lot from it. There's a lot of great content. There's a lot of funny content. There's a lot of informational content. There's a lot of bad content. There's a lot of angry rednecks yelling in their trucks about stuff that they're just like, I'm mad. It's like, all right. But I feel like ignoring YouTube as a media source, especially with movies and TV shows, because there's literally YouTube channels that like are TV shows. So I feel like it would be a dishonor, you know, or a disservice to not talk about it. So I felt like that was a nice thing to talk about on this episode. But I think the fans want to hear us stump George a lot tonight.
Yeah, let's go. I'm about to fucking crush these trivia questions.
All right, so the first category, so this is for children.
Let's go.
The first category is animals.
Okay.
How many noses does a slug have?
Slugs have no noses.
Christian?
Mm,
It doesn't give me any information besides the answer, so I can't like go into depth onto why.
I'll say none because I don't see a nose on this son bitch.
They have 4.
Okay.
Bullshit.
Yeah, I was about to say. All right, I'm 0 for 1.
Name a mammal that cannot jump. There's 4 possible ones here.
Elephant.
Okay. Final answer?
How many animals is it?
4. There's 4 total. I'll give it
Shit,
to you if you
okay.
get 1.
Was elephant one of them?
Yes. This reminds me of the Beetlejuice
A
episode.
whale?
Okay.
Was a whale one of them?
No.
Okay, wait a minute. Wait, a whale's a mammal though, right?
Yeah, but it can jump. It can jump out of the water.
Okay.
That's kind of okay. That's bullshit because when you think of jump, you think of in relation to the ground, not
Well, the whales
fucking-
aren't in the ground. So.
if a fucking dolphin gets some traction, then shoots out of the water from its fucking
I guess
speed.
That's
All right,
jumping.
well, I'll give you
That's
guys the other 3.
That's like if I ran off a cliff. Am I jumping?
flamingo?
No.
Okay, go ahead.
Elephant, sloth, hippo, and rhino.
See, hippos and rhinos, they fall in that weird category of like,
What are you?
Big
Yeah.
weird.
just look like just hard. But they literally look like they're made out of concrete. Those
Some
two
weird
animals.
gray
I'll do
animals.
two more, and this one will move on to a different
Okay.
topic. So,
0 for 2.
what do you call a group of giraffes?
I would love for them to be called a posse.
I think that's flamingos. That is an animal, like a group of animals, but it's not giraffes.
What else?
Christian.
A gaggle.
All right, they're called a tower.
Oh, that kind of makes sense.
All right, last one in the animal category. Are worker bees male or female?
Male.
Female. George, come on, man.
The
Golly.
patriarchy influenced me.
Okay, here's a little one that might be a little difficult. It's space and planets.
These are kids?
Yeah, these are kids ones.
How old are these damn
These
kids?
are like, are you smarter than a fifth grader
These
question?
kids
Here's
are
a third grade science question.
these kids are
How
187
many
months.
noses does a fucking slug have?
All right, here you go. What is the largest planet in our solar system?
Jupiter.
That seems correct.
You are correct.
Yeah.
Wow, George, 1 for like 7 now.
Thanks, Chris.
The term big is bullshit because it's all made out of gas, but technical.
Okay.
Gas.
How many Earths can fit inside the sun?
Oh, it's going to be a high number.
Bro, like 100,000. I think it's more than that, but I'm dumb, so
So,
I can't think that
100,000?
high.
Let's go 500,000.
1.3 million.
Well, all right.
Actual retail price without going over is?
Okay, George, I feel like you should be able to
George.
get this one. Sports.
Oh, if I don't get this, I'll fucking commit suicide. It's the moment I've been training for.
That one you would know. In what sport do you use a wooden ball and mallet?
Wooden ball and mallet.
I wouldn't call that a sport, but I know what it is.
Wooden ball and mallet.
We'll let George. This reminds me of the Beetlejuice episode of Howard Stern.
So-
Spell red.
Well, a mallet
Yes.
is like, I'm thinking cricket, but at the same time, I'm also thinking highlight.
That's called a bat in cricket. It's still a bat.
No, this is polo.
It is croquet.
Croquet.
Okay, I knew that, but really, are we calling croquet a damn sport?
It's if golf's a sport, then croquet is a sport.
Polo would work too, unless they don't play with a wooden ball in polo.
It's just my American need to invalidate all European sports. Cricket,
played croquet.
they need round bats.
All right, George. How big is the diameter of a basketball hoop?
Oh, I would.
Christian's trying to size it up with his hand. We have no basketball hoop in this room.
16 inches.
Like 2 feet.
18 inches.
Oh, I was gonna say 18.
All right, well,
All right.
you're very close, though.
Let's do entertainment. All right, I'm gonna give you this one like a Peter Griffin question.
Okay.
Who lives in a pineapple under the sea?
SpongeBob SquarePants.
Harrison Ford.
Christian nailed it. It is SpongeBob.
I'm so bad.
This one might be a little weird. On which hand did Captain Hook have his hook?
Right.
Left.
Left. I feel like
Oh
you-
my
it's
god,
a-
why am I so bad at questions
it's a
right now?
50-50 shot. What type of animal is Baloo in the Jungle Book?
Is Baloo
Baloo. Baloo.
who from the Jungle Book?
Yeah, the Disney movie. The
Never
Jungle
watched it.
Book. What the fuck, George?
Never watched
I
it.
don't remember the damn names.
Baloo was a
You can't say what type of animal it was because that's the question.
orangutan.
No, he was a bear.
Oh.
The Bare Necessities.
It did the bare necessities.
Boom, demonetized. All right, let's go to holidays. What is the highest grossing holiday movie of all time?
Home Alone.
Boom, you got it.
Easy. Macaulay Culkin. Too easy. Challenge me, Austin. Jeez, bro. I'm answering all of these right. Like,
What
me
is
some
the?
I don't
All right,
know.
here you go. I almost said geography. Geography. What is the largest ocean on Earth?
The Pacific.
Boom. That's probably just because we're right next to the Pacific.
Yeah.
Bro, I looked to my right and I seen that water the other day.
All right, what two countries share the longest border?
Russia and China.
It's in South America. It's like Brazil and Argentina or something.
You're both wrong. It's the United States and Canada.
That's bullshit.
Fucking boom. That actually makes so much sense. Okay. All right. Because even we have Alaska attached to it too.
Yeah. What are the only 2 U.S. states that can grow coffee commercially?
You're definitely going to be near the equator.
Seattle, because they're all edgy. They have to be growing
That's
coffee
a
down
city.
there. No.
Florida.
So there's 2.
Florida.
Which other one?
London is my country.
Florida and Georgia.
Oh, real answers?
If not, I can just say it, 'cause
The what is it called? The District of Columbia? That like fucked one.
it's not even really a state. Just the.
They call it a state though. Whatever.
Anyways,
Fuck you.
So it's Hawaii and California.
Oh, how did I not think of Hawaii? Oh, they make good coffee.
All right, here you go. Weather.
Okay.
It's in the sky. Next question.
What does a thermometer measure?
Temperature.
Great job, George.
Yeah. Let's go.
I feel like Lois Griffin right now. You have to start talking all pompous after we stop recording.
Pompous.
Yeah, indeed. Perhaps.
That's a $5 word right there. Sounds like you're trying to say
Okay.
Pompeii.
The
Okay.
elites have invented complex words to confuse our simple jargon.
They have.
So I have a funny one, and then we'll get to a serious one again. So what is a haboob? This is weather. What is a haboob? Haboob.
The woman, she take down the clip, mon bras, let out her boob.
A haboob actually is a instrument to measure how much humidity is in the air.
It's a type of sandstorm.
Oh,
All right.
that too.
During a thunderstorm, which comes first, lightning or thunder?
Lightning.
Lightning McQueen, baby.
Lightning hits and then thunder follows.
You ready for this? Both. They occur at approximately the same time. However, if we're at a distance from a storm,
That's
we see lightning
bullshit.
before we hear thunder because light travels much faster than sound.
That's bullshit. It's only relevant as we perceive it. Meteorologists can fuck off.
All right, let's try this one. Give me a sec.
Are there kids in my basement? My lawyer's nodding.
What is the largest organ on the human body? These are still for kids.
I know it. It's a stupid answer, but I've heard this one before.
We'll hear George first, and then we'll hear what you have to say.
You said organ?
Yes.
Is the brain an organ?
Yes.
It is.
I don't think it's the brain though, based on the way you guys just reacted to that.
We're such shitheads.
It isn't the brain. The heart?
Well, I thought your brain's bigger than your heart.
It's the brain.
It's not the brain.
Okay, yeah, but we'll give you that. It's not the brain though.
Oh, then what the fuck is it? The
George?
intestine?
Christian, do you think?
Is it your intestines?
It is the skin.
Yep.
It is considered an organ.
Because you have 8 pounds of it. All right. Here you go. Who is the current U.S. president?
Mike Obama.
Joe Jorgensen.
Oh, I wish.
Hell yeah, brother.
I'm not answering that question. That goes against my religion.
What religion?
BLM. Learn it, live it, love it.
Bacon, lettuce, matzos, baby.
Okay. What were Jack and Jill going up the hill to fetch?
Is it? It sounds too a pail of water.
Good job.
Yes. Oh my god, I haven't heard that in forever. I was like, this does not sound right.
What?
Starts thinking about Adam Sandler.
I did. I so did.
So this one's a 2-parter. If you get either of them right, I'll give it to you. But I just want to see if you can get both. What continent is Spain in, and what countries are on its borders?
Spain is in Europe.
Good job. Now, what countries are on its borders?
It is bordered by. Wow, I really wish I knew my European countries right now. It's right on the edge of the water. So I think it's by France.
Okay.
And let's say Hungary.
It is bordered by Portugal and France.
Oh, okay. There we go.
You did pretty good. I wouldn't have known the two countries. I'll say that.
So I'll read this for you because it says, "Congrats, you made it through the first round of trivia questions for kids."
That was round 1.
Here's the next round. I didn't read all those questions. What country is responsible for creating the Olympic Games? Don't give them hints.
No.
Well, I don't know what the
That
answer was.
wasn't a hint.
It was just like
It's Rome. Greece.
Good job.
Yeah. Nice weather we are controlling.
That'll be
Oh my
nice
God.
weather we are controlling. That'll be our little secret.
Which
All right,
famous
give me one because
give you a-
I'm like trivia questioned out right now.
we're already
This is it
All
right
right,
here. This is the Super Bowl champion question.
Super Bowl champ. Give me a second.
Oh, you're about to Google a Super Bowl champion year. I gotta nail this. Come on, George. Remember.
I'd still do them for kids.
Remember.
Do you remember?
The 21st
They did a version of that called December, and they say the 25th night of December. It's about Christmas.
Oh, I gotta listen to that little remix. Does it?
It's good. It's they did it themselves, so it's like
Oh, perfect.
it's like here's your alternate version of September.
Here we go. How many breaths does the average human take in a day?
with or without an orgasm.
It just says average. So I'm assuming that most of us are incels. So
Yes. Okay. 3 orgasms.
Let's see. iCarly comes on 5 times a day. 3 orgasms.
I'm gonna say 50,000 breaths.
this is double or nothing for Lukewarm Cinema Podcast trivia points.
It's like double jeopardy.
We might have to do this at the end of every episode. Just give George some trivia questions.
Let's think.
Because I was really trying to do the math real quick, and then I just said fuck it. I was like, I probably breathe.
Like once every 5 seconds, somewhere around. Because it's your breath in and then breath out. That's one breath.
Let's say 10 seconds. That makes the math a little easier. That
Okay.
means that you breathe 6 times every minute. Did I say that right?
I don't think so. Hold
I
on.
don't
But
know
I
the
suck
math
too.
behind
But
it.
I suck too. Okay, let's say you breathe once every 10 seconds. That means yes, that would mean you breathe 6 times in a
Every
minute.
minute.
So an hour, that would be times 60.
Goddamn 47.
6 times 60, that's 360 times in an hour.
Yes.
And then 360 times 24. I can't do double or triple
I got
digits
you.
in my
I got
head.
You. I got you. 3.
Okay.
I like how you guys are doing all this
360
just to
times
find out like a
24.
fucking trivia question for kids.
It's probably going to be wrong. 'Cause we're
8,000.
dumb.
So then we should go up a little bit because I think we breathe more than 10 seconds. So
Want to
like,
make it
let's
an
say
even like
10,000.
10,000?
10,000 breaths.
10,000
a day.
final answer?
Yes.
Yeah.
Damn, George, you just lost fucking everything, dude. It's 23,000.
Damn.
I like
Let's-
our math though,
Th-
Chris.
yeah,
so I
no,
didn't
we're fucking high five.
yeah, we did math, but it still came out wrong.
See, okay, but that means because when I think about how I breathe, like I'm not sitting there like I'm big chill. Well, I'm fucking lazy.
I'm fucking lazy.
Whatever, dude. Okay.
Well, that was trivia. So, George, I think you went like 4 for like 30.
Yeah, that is just so disappointing. I need to read books or I need to just
George is street smart. He doesn't need that shit.
pick a different
Yeah,
profession.
George knows how to haggle people in Mexico on the market.
CC. No, they still get me too. I just I get tired of having to put up with people's bullshit. You haggle.
I remember hearing a story, and the guy that I knew that told me the story, he was like, "Yeah, my wife and I went to Mexico, and like you'd be like, oh, I wish they had that in black,' and then you like they pull out a walkie-talkie and be like, bring it out in black."
Bro,
God.
literally. Okay. All right. I go to Colorado in the morning.
Yeah, we got to wrap this up.
Yes.
So, damn, oh boy.
Okay, yep. When you lose in Roblox and you just fucking smash your desk.
Anyways, you know where to find us. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Lukewarm Cinema Podcast. If you want to give us some good trivia questions to give to George, hit us up
Please do.
at lukewarmcinemapodcast@gmail.com. We have shirts for sale. Please buy them so Christian can afford to eat for the next day.
We love you, and I have to eat though.
That link will be down below. And until next week, this has been the Lukewarm Cinema
Cinque.
Podcast. Cinque.
Chinky.